This is the evaluation of the order trading system for April the 26th, 2021. We had 5 trades on that day, 4 were buys and 1 was a short sell. First trade was CCLR. That's Continental Resources Incorporated. It tripped at 26.12, closed at 26.09, up 0.85%. See if there's any point where we can make money off this guy. 11:36, roughly around here. 26.03, nope. 26.05, so at that point in, and then dropped for the afternoon and recovered in late afternoon. Okay, 26.13, so late afternoon. 26.21, yeah. So late afternoon, a good half an hour, it was positive above its tripping price, so that's a positive result. Okay, and OBB pretty much showing the activity, came up, dropped, and then came up at the end of the day, even though, well, yeah, it was showing roughly around, so middle afternoon to basically late afternoon, so we're talking around 2-ish p.m. time to like 4 p.ish time, the stock started to recover. MACD showing the same thing, recovered at the end of the day, tripped obviously when it tripped. DI showing a tripped, the same thing. So all the indicators showing the same thing, that it did recover at the end of the day, and the end result was that the trade could occur positively for that stock. Next trade is DDD. That is 3D Systems Corporation, tripped at 12:45:04 p.m. at a price of $22.65. It was a short sell. It closed the day at 22.96, down 0.82%. Early morning, it's showing that it's down even more than that, 22.75. So it looks like potential is there for a possible, if not a positive. We'll check to see if there's any. Is it 12:45? So roughly around this period is when it tripped. 22.60, 255. 256, 61. There's at least 20 minutes here of time where it was down again below its tripping price, and you can see it recovered after that point in time. But there was a period of time where it was down below its tripping price for a good enough time to actually get out positively, so I'm going to consider that a positive result. And check the indicators. OBV again, yeah, OBV showing, yeah, came down, and the end of the recovery. MACD came down, and you see recovered just right after. Interesting, because MACD showing averages coming back up right after it dropped. But again, the secondary drop here, which was a bit higher, obviously, than averages, but it was still down below price-wise. DI, yeah, DI is actually showing more concretely that the stock was down, and down very heavily when it tripped, and then came back up, and then went back down, and basically moving sideways because positive, negative, and DI was moving back and forth. And you pretty much were seeing that. It did recover a bit at the end of the mid-afternoon, and then moved sideways. But there was a period to get out on that stock. Next trade is NAKD. That's Naked Brand Group Limited. It tripped at 1:15:08 p.m. at a price of 67 cents. It was a buy trade. Closed the day at 65.99%, down 10.34%. It is up 6.6789%. It's up to 0.6789 cents, 2.8% rise early in the morning. So it does look like it's certainly impossible because the price is showing that it came up. But you can see the stock was down for the day, 115, tripped right around here, it came up, let's see, so right around 116, and stayed up to 128, 132. Yeah. Almost half an hour there where it was above its tripping price right after the tripping operation, and again half an hour, more than enough time to get out. I'm going to consider that a positive, even though you can see at the end of the day it came down a bit, but moved sideways, so the stock itself was stable after it tripped. OBV showing pretty much positive, MACD positive, and then a little negative, and then positive again, so very much positive. DI is actually showing very strongly positive for a good portion of the day, even though negative was coming down. It was coming down at the end of the day, but it was very positive just before that. And Bollinger Band showing saying came up and dropped a little bit and then moved sideways. So that stock was pretty much a good positive direction, but end of the day it obviously moved below, but there was a point to get out. Next trade is NBBX, that's Novavax Incorporated. It tripped at 1:21:54 p.m. at a price of 238.75. It was a buy. It closed the day at 257.67, up 16.33%. Early morning, 259.15, up 0.57%. So definitely a positive on that one. It shot up quite a bit. Check the indicators to see if they show the same result. Yeah, OBV showing it came up. MACD came up and stabilized after it came up. DI is actually bouncing back and forth the morning period or early afternoon period. And in the afternoon, it actually came up and stayed up. Bollinger Band actually is the concrete aspect. You can see it was moving sideways, and then early afternoon it just went up. So the aspect is that stock actually went up quite a bit. Next trade is OSTX. That's Overstock.com Incorporated. It tripped at 2:25:04 p.m. at a price of 70.89. It was a buy. Closed the day at 70.56, up 1.5%. Actually is down early morning 70.50, down 0.09%, so it is down a little bit. So we'll see if there's any opportunity here. 225, so it tripped right around here. 31, 70. Never came up above its tripping price. Let's check the indicators. OBV looks good. MACD looks okay. It came up, and at the end of the day, it was actually moving up. DI came up, moving up. DI moving a little bit negative at the end of the day, or closing. So DI a little bit, basically same and same. You see DI showing positive and negative pretty much at the same level. And Bollinger Band showing come up and staying stable. I'm going to say it's a possible. I'm not saying it's a heavy possible, but definitely possible, because it looks like the indicators are showing some of the positive movement. Early morning activity doesn't show any drastic movement, so I don't think that that's going to be a problem. So that's stocks for today. That's 4 out of 5. Possible. Excuse me, positive. That's 80%, and with the possibility aspect, that's 100%. So another very good day. I'll leave it at that. Thank you very much.